all times with your hands, faces, cameras, and children inside the car at all times. And remember, no eating, drinking, or smoking during our journey. Now, are you guys ready to take a ride on the wild side? Wow, not at all. Oh, okay. There we go. Little enthusiasm. I know it's late in the day, but we got a lot of cool stuff to see here. My name is Grace. I'll be your monorail driver and tour guide. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We begin by crossing over the beautiful Bronx River. It's a natural habitat for ducks, turtles, fish, the first 2 beavers in New York City history in over 200 years, and a variety of migrating birds. As we come into our first meadow, prepare to be shocked, astonished, and amazed at the sight of absolutely nothing. Unfortunately, the deer and antelope in this meadow have gone over the hillside. We'll catch up with them in a little bit.
এখানে হরিণ থাকে বলতেছে বলতেছে ইসরায়েলে এখানে হরিণ থাকে এখন আজকে নাই সব ইয়াতে চলে গেছে ময়ূর
Males or the boys are called peacocks. The females or the ladies are called peahens.
Peahens.
And when they have babies, those adorable balls of fluff are called pea chicks. They're so small they can fit in the palm of your hand.
বলতেছে এখানে হরিণ থাকে ইসরায়েলে আজকে নাই এখানে সব পাহাড়ে চলে গেছে
Coming up on your right, we're about to pass 2 replica huts. They represent an important conservation story about a deer we'll see later on today. So let's listen.
In 1970, there were estimated to be only 66 of the Barasingha deer remaining in central India. But this population was saved by the cooperation of the local Indian community. Like the shacks you see here, there were many small farms using space in and around India's Kanha National Park. These people were coming into contact with the deer and the tigers that were also living there. Through cooperation with the Indian government, local communities agreed to relocate their villages. By moving, the farmers still had land to farm, but the tigers and their prey got more room to roam.
Now, we all know that when a species is extinct, it no longer exists, like the dinosaurs. And the horses we're going to see next were also extinct in nature, but they survived in captivity, and that's how we're going to get a great close-up look at our Mongolian wild horses as we come into our next meadow.
Horse.
This species is the only true species of wild horse alive today. And you'll notice they do look different than traditional domestic horses. These wild horses have shorter legs, a stockier build, and that erect mane that sort of resembles a mohawk haircut. There's also missing a forelock. That's a piece of hair that usually hangs down over a horse's forehead, adding to that distinctive look. Now, captive breeding of Mongolian wild horses first started with a group of only 28 animals way back in 1901. Here at the Bronx Zoo, we got our first wild horses in 1902, and we maintained our herd since way back then. That means the horses you see here today could be descendants of that early 1902 herd, giving them over 100 years of history. And of course, the actual history of these Mongolian wild horses dates back much farther than that. So as we come up the hills, through the rest of their pasture, let's go to
The first accounts of Mongolian wild horses come from rock engravings, paintings, and even cave drawings that date back more than 20,000 years. And the first written accounts were from Tibet, sometime around 900 AD. But these horses remained largely unknown and unnamed to the Western world for many years. During an expedition to Central Asia in 1879, a famous Russian explorer and naturalist, Colonel Nikolai Przewalski, encountered the horse in Western Mongolia. Because of his discovery, this species is also known as Przewalski's horse.
A reminder, everyone does need to please remain seated at all times, including children. They're welcome to sit in seats or in laps, but they must remain seated. Now, as we come into our next exhibit, we're going to see our beautiful brow-antlered deer grazing on the hillside here. Brow-antlered deer get their name from the curved shape of the male deer's antlers, which resembles a human eyebrow. But you won't find any of those antlers out here, because our current herd is all female. brown antlered deer are currently classified as vulnerable. That means they're one step away from being in danger. They're losing their natural grazing lands where they eat to farms that are taking over. And in some areas must resort to eating crops, not at all what nature intended. Now coming up on your right in the far back of the exhibit, all the way in the back, you can see the gaur. They are the largest wild cattle in the world. They're all sitting together on the hillside in there. It's hard to tell from here, but those males stand 6 foot tall at the shoulder. 10 feet long. Kids, that puts all your dads to shame. Those males can weigh as much as 2,000 pounds. It's basically a small car, but with horns. The gaur are also in danger, threatened by diseases they're catching from domestic cattle, as well as by the destruction of their natural habitat. We're doing everything we can to help increase their numbers in the wild, and here's how.
Here at the zoo, we help gaur and brown antlered deer and many other species by participating in a cooperative zoo management program called Species Survival Plans. The name says it all. The plans aim to help these animals survive. Zoos across the country work together to maintain genetically diverse populations of rare and endangered species.
Yeah, so just when you think you're in the heart of wild Asia, you get that delightful roar and rumble of traffic going by, reminding you, yep, fences such as these help keep some of that noise and chaos away from our animals, allowing them to lead a more peaceful and motorcycle-free existence. As we come into this next meadow, please do remain seated, but keep your eyes peeled. We're on the lookout for a Siberian tiger. And he's standing at the top of the hill. So as you come forward, look all the way to the back of the exhibit. He's all the way at the top there. This is Pachuta. He is our oldest Siberian tiger here in wild Asia. He is 11 years old. He weighs about 400 pounds. You can see him standing up at the top of the hill there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tiger, Royal Bengal tiger.
You see the tiger?
Hey tiger.
Tigers are solitary creatures. They live one at a time in the wild. Once they reach adulthood, again, you're still looking up the hill, he's kind of stalking around back there. But we only keep one tiger at a time. They fight each other once they reach adulthood, so we certainly don't want to encourage fighting over territory. The only time you'll see them hanging out together is when they are cubs, and you can sometimes see those cubs out over at Tiger Mountain.
Is this Tiger Mountain?
As we come forward, we are going to see the back of our previous exhibit, which means not only are we going to see the gaur a little closer up, but we'll also see those brown antlered deer around the edge of the exhibit.
Wow.
Bulls. Whoa. Bulls.
Then we're coming into the back of our first exhibit, kind of like what we call the greatest hits tour of the Monorail. And you're going to see some beautiful spotted deer. These are axis deer with bright white spots, the males with really majestic antlers. You'll see a lot of our peafowl as well. And if you look back into the middle of the meadow, you'll also see our black-buck antelope with their white bellies back there. Black-buck antelope found throughout India and also in parts of Pakistan and Nepal. And then as you come forward, you're going to look down to the right, and you will also see our Barasinga deer. We heard a story about them at the start of our trip. Barasinga get their name from a Hindi word that means 12 signs, referring to how large those antlers grow to be. They can have 12 to 14 points. So a lot of deer in quick succession there. But we're going to switch gears, and next out, we're going to be on the lookout for a special type of pig called a babarusa. They're small and dark gray, so don't mistake them for rocks. You guys are serious wildlife explorers. I think we can pull it off. When you reach the bamboo shoots, you're going to be looking straight down and to the right. Our male hickory likes to run back and forth here. Oh, there he goes. Just being a little tricky, but there he goes. He's going to just kind of keep pacing back and forth there, so look down as you enter. Our female kiwi's doing the same thing in front of the log in the second exhibit. She's a little harder to see because of the foliage there.
Chick, chick, chick. Pick, pick, pick.
babaroos is a
Syukur,
from
syukur.
the Indonesian
Pig.
island of Sulawesi, and their name means pig deer in the Malayan language. You can find more of our babarooses just outside of the children's.
এটা অনেক দূরে আছে তো দেখি অনেক দূর
Now, as you come into our next exhibit, you might be a little confused. What on earth is this giant swimming pool doing here? Well, it's certainly not for your tour guides or zookeepers. It's in fact for one of the largest animals you'll find here at the zoo. How about an
Hathi,
Asian
Monorail.
elephant? You start
Ah,
to
hathi,
catch
hathi,
your
hathi.
eye. All right, we are going to get a stunning close-up view
কই হাতি কই
of two best friends forever named Patty
Ashtu se.
and Maxine. So Patty's on the right, Patty's on
দুইটা
the
আছে।
left, right? Maxine walking on the right.
কোথায়
These lovely ladies are in their 40s and they weigh in at over
Whoa.
2,000 pounds apiece.
ও
In their 40s. Yeah.
পৌডি পৌডি
Now those trunks have 40,000 muscles in them. With a finger-length feature on the end, they use to pick up small items. And you see those trunks are also good for noise making when they need to communicate with each other.
হ্যালো
But as we say goodbye to Patty and Maxine, we're about to say
Patty
a
and
very close
Maxine.
hello to Penny, our Indian rhinoceros. She's coming down the hill towards us. So do remember
Eleven.
to
Oy,
say
Ganga-
goodbye
Gondar,
to
Gondar.
Maxine. So that we're
Whoa!
she
Niche,
is
niche.
directly below you.
Oh my god!
She could not be any closer to you guys in the big tree car right there. She doesn't think that-
এটার কি বলেছে কি নাম
গন্ডার গন্ডার
গন্ডার গন্ডার
এগুলার
গন্ডারের চামড়া গন্ডারের চামড়া
Wow.